Hey, this is Nick Bowcott with Martial Amplification. Welcome to NAMM 2016 in sunny Anaheim, the home of Disneyland. Dun, dun, dun. I'm here with Mike and Audiofanzine. We're here to look at the new code by Marshall. This is our first foray into the intense world of affordable modeling amps, but we've done it our way, the Marshall way, so it's the right way. We have 4 amps on offer in total here. We have the 15 watt 1x10 combo, the 50 watt 1x12 combo, then we have a 100 watt head with the matching 4x12 cabinet, and behind it a 2x12 100 watt combo as well. As you can see, they all have screens. The 25 has a small one, so you can see everything you're doing, and the 50 has a much bigger one, as does the two 100s. They all have 100 presets, all of which are overwritable. Now the cool thing about these amps is they're laid out like a real guitar rig. So what you normally do, you plug your guitar into your pedals, then you go into the amp. And if you're using a combo, the speaker's in there. If you're not using a combo, using a head, you go into a speaker cabinet. Now an amplifier, regardless of it be a combo or a head, consists of 2 components, a preamp and a power amp. And they both have very distinctive tonal qualities that they can add to the amplifier. And most modern amps also have an effects loop, which is where you put your time-based or modulation effects, because that's where they sound best. So to that end, we have a bunch of menus here. The pre-effects are our stomp boxes, so you can go in there, you can choose 3 types of distortion with editable parameters, a compressor with editable parameters, a pitch shifter, or a auto wah. Then we go to the amp section, which is our preamps. We have 15 preamps, including an acoustic emulation. 9 of the preamps are Marshalls, so we go from JTM 45 to Plexi to JCM 800 to DSL to JVM to Silver Jubilee. We also have 4 classics, one a brilliant British amp from the 50s and 60s that was Class A. I'm just going to say the song It's Been a Hard Day's Something, that should give you a clue. 2 wonderful sounds from a famous black-faced American amplifier. Clean and crunch. Then we have an overdrive from an armor-plated American amplifier that's obvious, and we've got those in there because they're great amps. So we've got a bunch of Marshalls, but some other cool ones too. Then we've got our effects loop effects, modulation, the usual suspects, all with editable parameters. We've got flange, phase, chorus, tremolo, vibrato, various delays with a delay up to 4 seconds, which is long. And then reverbs, once again with editable parameters, and various room sizes from room, hall to stadium. Then this is where it gets interesting. We have 4 power amp models. The classic Marshall 100, which is EL34s. Then we have our first power amp, which was 30 watts in the JTM 45. That's 5881 tubes and the tube rectifier. Then once again, we've got that great British Class A amp, which is EL84s. Then we've got an American 100 watt amp, which is Class AB with 6L6s, so 4 different flavors there. Then we go to our cabinet section. We've got 8 cabinets, all of which are Marshall. There are 4 4x12 emulations with different speakers, 2 2x12 emulations with different speakers, and then 2 1x12s. So if we just look at the preamp models, the power amp models, and the cabinet models, and you do simple math without changing anything or adding any effects, you've got 440 possible tonal combinations. Then if you add the effects in there and you do the math again, it's 1120. Now this is where it gets interesting. If you look at the screen here in a minute, you will see it say connect, control, create. Can you see it down there?
Oh yeah.
So like I said, we've got 100 editable presets, all of which you can overwrite. This is where it gets cool. You can connect to this using Bluetooth. So you can play back tracks on the amp using Bluetooth. What you can do is you can pick a selection of what you're playing and loop it and slow it down if you so wish to learn. But even cooler is this, while you're doing that, if you want to change anything on the amp, any parameter or any effect, any preamp, any power amp or any cabinet you've chosen, you can do it all from your phone.
Wow.
So we're connecting, we're controlling, and it's making us creative as well. And that's cool because we'll want to connect with people. Then if we're honest, we want to control them. And then we want to be creative so they like us. And you can do all of that with this. You can use it as a tuner. And that's the Marshall code. It just won Best of Show at one of the prestigious awards. We're very happy with it. But don't take my word for it. Listen to the amp, because the proof of this pudding is in the listening and how it feels, and this amp is amazing. Okay, here we are. We're listening to the Code 50 1x12 combo. All I'm running here is very simple, a basic Marshall setup. A Plexi preamp model into a 100 watt Marshall Classic power amp model, which is the L34s, into a 4x12 cabinet loaded with greenbacks, 25s of course, with just a smidgen of reverb. So let's see where this takes us. Okay, this time, same amp, Code 50. This time I've got a JCM 800 with the gain cranked. I've got a distortion pedal in front of it. I've got my guitar full up. This shows you how good the noise gate is. I've just got the noise gate set appropriately. I've got a little bit of delay, a little bit of reverb, then the classic 100 Marshall power amp, and a 1960 cabinet loaded with 75s. And this is a show-off, a shreddy kind of thing, so let's see it. Okay, sound number 3, I've just gone for something fairly generic, nice and clean. Let's see what I came up with. And I'm going to do this. This is something a hair more aggressive for those into contemporary country. We're going to finish up once again, Code 50. I've got the volume on nothing. It's at 9 o'clock, which basically means there's another 8 hours worth of volume to go if you use the master volume as a clock face. This is inspired by a guy who wears a top hat, plays the Les Paul, was born in England, is one of the best guitar players and nicest guys to ever walk this planet. That's all I can play of that particular thing before I get sued, but that's how good the gate is, folks. The Code, I'm not very good. This makes me sound better than I am. It'll make you sound great because you already are, but you'd be greater with this. Get a Code. See ya.